City got Inter Milan in their first Champions League home game of the new season. It's obviously a new format, 36 teams now, 8 games in a league phase. Stephen, what do you make of the new format from a City perspective? Do you think it's a good thing?
I, I'm, to be honest, I wasn't a fan of it at all, and I'm still probably not. But I must admit, from a purely footballing perspective, there's too many games still. But also the fact that we're playing, seven different, 8 different teams, is reasonably fun. I don't really like the format of it. I think it's still a little bit, you know, it's just a little bit all over the place. So I don't like this whole giant league table thing where you don't play most of the teams and it feels a little bit crazy. And the fact that it's two added games, I do agree with all the the pleas from the players and the managers about how we're sort of overly saturating football to the point where we're going to lose all colour. It's ridiculous. Like it's just too much football. There absolutely is. Um, Look, the games do seem quite fun. That's the only thing I would say. Look at the list of fixtures. I went into it with a lot of cynicism, but then the draw came out. I was like, that's quite a fun run of fixtures, actually. I can't deny that it's interesting. Instead of playing Shakhtar twice every year, which seems to happen to Manchester City, like I won't miss that. Having said that, I think it's a lot of pressure. The other thing as well is from a purely, it's good for the competition, but bad from a fixture build up perspective. Like City usually are qualified after 4 games in the Champions League. They win the first 4 games and they're basically through. And game 5 from at least half time onwards anyway, and 6, I sort of City usually resting a little bit, and some of the young players get a chance maybe, because we're already through. That's just not going to happen in this competition at all, is it? It just isn't. You can't even let up in the 6th or 7th game because the higher ranked you are, the more like you are to get a favourable game. So you're like, and obviously if you lose your 7th and 8th game, someone could jump ahead of you in the table. So it's going to be a lot more pressure, a lot more expectation on the players. The games will have more intensity, which probably makes more entertaining competition. But once again, it's probably going to affect the rest of the competition City in the league, the FA Cup. It's going to be a big demand on the players. It's not a bad first game though. Inter is exciting. I can't deny
Yeah,
that.
it's arguably because some would say it's the hardest game really. I mean, you've got PSG and Juventus away, but Inter Milan are a strong outfit themselves. Do you see them as maybe a genuine challenger for the Champions League?
Yeah, absolutely. Because they were where City are now. A couple of years back, where City had a Champions League failure 2 years earlier against Chelsea. It was frustrating, and they are such a wonderfully organised side. They were brilliant against City in that Champions League final. I know we won, but that could have gone either way. Like if Lukaku puts that in, last late on, they could have won in extra time or whatever. They absolutely would have felt frustrated that day. They battered everyone last season in Serie A. They're such a good side. They've got a really, really well drilled, um, team. They've got experience throughout it. I expect, to be honest, this to be a really difficult game. Like, I've got a feeling this could be even a game where City maybe drop some points because there's revenge on the cards for them as well. Obviously 2 years ago, there's Champions League final. It's at our ground. They're going to come and they're going to frustrate City, absolutely. And yeah, I think it's going to be a wonderful game. They're such a good side. They're such a good side into one.